Hey, Nelson, talk Nelson. First lesson, they came. Magic's bets in the cut, got the game on lock. Flipping dimes, calling shots, every move non-stop. 615, parlay slayer, player odds like dice. In the trap house, betting lines, making racks feel nice. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Parlay slayer, stacking chips like you bricks. Magic's calling plays, mixing schemes so slick. Numbers on the board, all these digits don't lie. In this trap house sports, best we fly. Pushing the line, we don't fold, don't shy. Cashing tickets, counting green to the sky. On the podcast, we ball, roll the spread. Money talk, never walk, bets ahead. Got your bankroll rising like the early morning sun. From parlays to straight plays, we stun. Twisted stats, breaking news, all for the gain. In this world of odds, we reign. Lines moving swift like the weight in the night. Heavy hitters in this game got the insight. Magic's with the tip, 615 with the hit. Podcast worldwide, see us never miss.
What's up, good people? Happy Friday. We back for another episode of Pushing the Line Sports. It's my favorite season. You know what season that is, Mike?
Fall. Because it's getting close to winter, and I know how much you like snow.
Well, see, I'm glad you said that. One, it's Libra season. I'm a Libra. But it is fall, and it's the season of the snow bunnies. I'm finna find me a cute one, buy her a pumpkin spice latte, and I'm gonna sit here and drink this pumpkin beer.
Speaking of, Diddy got 50 months today.
Diddy should have got longer than that.
Probably. I'm smoking a cigar. I'm in a good mood today. For those of y'all probably not married, or if you are married, today is National Boyfriend Day. So, hey,
Shit.
your girlfriend owe you something today. I'm in a good mood, man. I'm kind of sad. I'm in a somber mood and I'm in a good mood at the same time. I'm somber because this is college football week 6, which means we halfway done. I'm in a good mood because we got the WNBA final starting tonight. We got college football tonight. We got baseball playoffs tomorrow. Hockey season starts next week, and preseason NBA is underway.
Mike, speaking of playoff baseball, did you see that run that I went on to start the playoffs?
I did, man. I'm proud of you. You was hot.
I
You
was
was really
hiding in,
hot.
and then the last two I lost. I mean, it had to happen.
So those of y'all that know me know that, I 615 Parlay Slayer, that's my name. I hit my biggest parlay last night on the NFL game. Plus, it was almost plus 12,000. It was like plus 11,000 something. So, congrats to me and all of those who played. Join our winnable, join our VIPs. We're going to make y'all some money. This man literally didn't miss a bet damn near the whole first round of the playoffs. So,
I'm currently 12-1 on bets, up 11.4 units. Um, that is a 75.43% return on investment.
yeah, see, that's what
I'll
I'm
take
saying.
it. I'll take it.
I had a 6-leg hit parlay, and supposedly the best hitter in baseball, Aaron Judge, was the only one that didn't get the hit.
That's playoff baseball for you, though.
So exactly, I should be kicking myself in the ass. Anyway, before we get started, man, we're gonna start on a funny note. So for those of y'all that watch Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, social media, it's a guy. His name is called Mr. Chime Time. So what he does is he's like Keith Lee. He goes city to city, state to state. He goes to certain restaurants. He tries them out, see if they're any good or not. So he came to Nashville, Tennessee. For those of y'all that didn't see it, he went to Edley's Barbecue. A lot of people think Edley's Barbecue is pretty good. He said we got the worst barbecue in the United States. That's what his words were. How do you feel about How do you
First,
feel about
fir-
that?
first of all, as a foodie myself, it does not sit right for me. There's certain unwritten rules in the foodie world that you should follow.
Hmm.
Number one, if you're gonna visit a city, find out what the foodies there eat. Yeah, we eat Edley's barbecue and it's cool in a pinch, but you don't hear none of us saying, "Oh man, I got to go get me some of that Edley's today."
Never.
Strike one is a chain. Chain barbecue, you don't know what you're gonna get from spot to spot. You got to hit the moms and pop spots when it comes to barbecue. Um,
Hmm.
if I was gonna send him to a chain, actually, I don't know that I would have even sent him to a chain. But I mean, you got for my Caucasian people. I mean, I'm gonna have to say it like that because Caucasians do their barbecue a little bit different than Black people do their barbecue, but it's still barbecue, and you got to enjoy it either way. I would have sent him somewhere like maybe Judge Beans. Couldn't send him to Mary's out north because they closed down. Could have sent him to Rib Doctor. Um, you got to send him somewhere that's moms and pops and the smoke is rolling when you pull up.
I haven't had rib, doctor.
Rib Doctor's all right. But I
So
wouldn't have,
how?
I wouldn't have sent him to Edley's Nick's Jim and Nick's or anything like that because they changed. You can't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I did. Hell no, I definitely wouldn't have sent them to no chain. When you
If I
go
was
to a city, accept their culture and go somewhere that you don't go somewhere where you could go to any city and get Italy's. Go somewhere like Jack's or somewhere that's Nashville
I,
related.
I'm crying foul on whoever sent him there first of all.
That's what
Um,
I'm saying. Like, what made you go to Italy's
you
of
could have sent
all
him some.
places?
You could have sent him to Papa Attorneys. You could have sent him. Hell, you could have sent him to Jack's. I would have sent him maybe to Peg Leg Porker if I was going to
I
send.
haven't had them either.
Yeah, we gonna go down there for lunch one day. I, I
We
I'll take you down there for lunch. We gotta do that.
we can
Um,
definitely go. I always say, man, the best barbecue in Nashville is probably one of us that barbecue in our backyard or a food truck or somewhere that you can't go to the next city over and get it.
hey, but you know what? There was a little bit of truth to his statement though. As a whole, Nashville's barbecue scene is kind of trash.
It is. It most definitely. It's very hard to find good barbecue spots here.
Yep. And you can't go to a chain spot to get it. You gotta find the the mom and pops or the dude that just wish he had a food truck.
Absolutely. So before we get into the show, uh, what we got? We got 5 games tonight, I believe. Uh, we also got a bit of news. So SEC country. So y'all know what's going on. Y'all already heard it. Arkansas fired their head coach Sam Pittman, and they hired Bobby Petrino as the interim head coach. Pittman had a 32-34 record. He was 14-29 in the SEC. Never had a winning conference record. His best was 4-4 in 2021. Lost 56-13 to Notre Dame. I think that was the death knell. The crowd was booing him. They was booing the team. They didn't like what their team looked like. You can't blame them. His team was near the bottom in pass defense, rush defense, and scoring defense. I feel like it was time for a change. It was time.
It was, and he knew it after that last game. You could hear it in the press conferences. He was like, "It's not
Yeah,
up to me." Yeah, he knew he was gone.
yeah,
He
he
saw the
knew.
writing on the wall. When you got a quarterback like Tyler Green and you are not making the most of it, writing's on the wall.
Yep, and he's a good quarterback.
And Sam Pittman's a good coach. He's just not a head coach.
So we got three games that we're gonna talk about this week. As we said, I should have put a little tie on. We got our first annual PTL award show today. We're gonna give out our mid-season awards. A couple of things that I wanted to tap in on. A couple of people have asked me since it's NFL. I talk about it on the Sunday show. Don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I will get to it on the Sunday show. But the first game up, I think this is the game that I'm looking forward to the most. You got number 16 Vanderbilt going into Tuscaloosa against number 10 Alabama. Of course, everybody knows Vanderbilt beat Alabama last year 40-35. Bama was the number one team in the country when Vanderbilt beat them. Previous to that, they had not beaten Alabama since 1984. It was also Vandy's first top 5 win in program history. Diego Pavia is tied for 5th in completion percentage and touchdown passes. Vandy is 4th in points per game with 49 points per game. This will be a test of wheels, as I always say. Alabama has the second best passing defense in the nation, allowing only 113 yards per game. While Vanderbilt has a top 10 rush defense, allowing only 79 yards a game. A lot of people think this may be high scoring. Got two good defenses. Vandy allowing 17. Alabama allowing 16. Ty Simpson has been playing well. He will have to continue to play that way. Turnover-free ball. Move the ball on third down.
Before I give my little take on this game, South Florida already scored.
Okay, good. Are you? I don't know your middle name. T Pillow, aka Mr. Magic's Bets. Are you gonna drop your draws and predict on this show that Vanderbilt gonna beat Alabama Saturday?
Let me start out by saying, if you woke up out of a coma right now, and the first words that came out of my mouth was, "I'm looking forward to this Vanderbilt Alabama game," you would probably think I was fucking crazy. But I'm looking forward to it. In the off season, you had Diego Pavia talking a lot of trash. He's been backing it up.
Yep.
Earlier in the season, you had Alabama fans wanting to get rid of Kalen DeBoer. They're one of the most efficient teams right now. They start out sluggish. Ty Simpson is turnover free. Vanderbilt's offense, they rank 5th nationally in scoring, 49 points a game. Yards per play, 7.8. They're cashing 61% of third downs, which matches up perfect against an Alabama defense ranked 103 on third down stops. So that's going to make for an interesting game. If Diego Pavia and Vanderbilt can continue getting these drives and keep them going, it's going to give them opportunity to score. Diego Pavia, he's kind of polarizing, if you would say. He's one of my dark horse favorites for the Heisman, along with Ty Simpson, because Ty Simpson, people wanted him out of there early in the season, wanting somebody else start in front of him, and he's came on strong lately. I honestly think, though,
he actually lost the job to Jalen Milroe last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah. And there was a couple times that Jalen Milroe almost lost the job back.
Lost it right back to him. Yep. I think the thing about Diego Pavia that's kind of striking to me, he's probably the best Vanderbilt quarterback. That he may be better than Jay Cutler. And I didn't think they could get better than Jay Cutler.
I think he
is. But his moxie, his swagger, you wouldn't expect that from a Vanderbilt quarterback. So it's kind of attention grabbing, like, man, who is this dude think he is? Usually when you think of Vanderbilt, you think of quiet, about to go in here and get killed. They finna lose by 40, but they going to be classy about it. No, this Vanderbilt team, they're a little different. Matter of fact, they're a lot different.
They are. But they still classy.
Still are.
I forgot what team it was, but they were on the road, and when and at the end of the game when they left and facilities went to clean up the locker room, they did all the locker room cleaning themselves. They didn't leave a mess for the other school to clean up. That's class in itself.
I really like Vanderbilt this year. I'm not going to say, I think Alabama is an 11-point favorite, which shows people not really respecting this
Did it
Vanderbilt
move?
team. Last I was on the phone with one of my friends, and they said it was an 11-point differential. I don't know. I'll let you
11
see
and a
what it
half
is.
now.
Yeah, it's 11 and a half. That's what he
I
said. Yep.
If I were you, I would take Vanderbilt 11 and a half. I took it early in the week at 10 and a half because I think that Vanderbilt's offense is going to move the ball enough for them to keep the game interesting. It's not going to be a blowout. So that 11 and a half, I'd jump on it. It's going to be a good game.
I tell you what, Alabama cannot let Vanderbilt jump out on them like they did last year.
Who knows?
Last year they jumped out on them. I believe it was like 21-3 or 21 or something like that. And once you get behind like that, especially late in the third, beginning of the fourth, you start pressing, you start making mistakes, you start playing reckless football, and then it can get away from you. I think this may be the best game of the day. This next game, I thought it was going to be the best game of the day. Florida State, they dropped the ball against Virginia last week. They dropped down to number 18. They'll be welcoming number 3 Miami to Tallahassee. So this rivalry,
I,
man.
hey,
Go ahead.
before you get in this, can I back up just a second?
Good.
Trey said peg leg poker is trash. And that's, hey, look, man. And you know what? I'm not going to sit here and argue with nobody about barbecue for the simple fact it's subjective. People like what they like. If he don't like peg leg poker, I fully support it. Everybody got a little different flavor palette, whatever it is, and every place you go to, you just because you like ribs, you can't go to every barbecue spot and order ribs. You have to get whatever their specialty is in order for you to end up happy. So I
That is
understand,
true.
Trey. You got a right to your opinion. I ain't gonna argue with you. You beat me the first week of the fantasy football season, so I'm just sit over here and be quiet.
Now I will say I went to Single Tree Barbecue in Murfreesboro. What was that? Yesterday, I believe it was yesterday. I went with my brother. I got some brisket. The brisket was pretty good. Uh, Everything I've had from them so far, it's been pretty decent. Not the best, but it ain't horrible. So I kind of keep them on the back burner.
Brindle Smoking Oasis. That's another good one
Yeah.
over in the nations. Um, Speaking of Murfreesboro, I have not been in years, so I don't know if they still good. Clearview had some good ribs.
I can't speak on Clearview. I ain't never ate that.
What? It's over in the hood,
Yeah, I know it.
or at
I
least
ain't never been there.
it used to be the hood. I don't know if it's still the hood now. You know, with gentrification, a lot of things have changed over 20 years.
That is true. But
But
no,
go and get in this. Get in this. Go and get in
um,
this.
I was just saying, Miami, Florida State, man, growing up, especially my generation in 80s, 90s, man, Miami and Florida State was the game. It was either Miami, Florida State, or Florida. Those was all three of them was good. And every time they played, it was nationally televised. Usually all three of them was in the top 5 or top 10. Uh, Produced some of the greatest players in college and NFL history that you could think of. But Carson Beck has thrown an interception in back-to-back games. He started out pretty good. He's kind of fell back in some of those bad habits that he had at Georgia. This Miami defense, it has been pretty good, but it's going to be put to the test because this Florida State team lead the nation in yards per game and points per game. They're also second in the nation in rushing. So Miami has one of the best run defenses, and they only allow 11 points per game, which is ninth in the nation. So I'm going to have to give here. I think the team that can limit turnovers, and as I said the last game, turnovers and third down conversions are really huge in college football. It's actually really huge in any game. If you win the turnover battle and you keep the ball, you should win it. You got a hell of a high chance to win the game than you
Keep your
do.
drives alive.
Absolutely. But with that being said, I don't I'm gonna be different just for the show, just for the entertainment. I'm gonna take Florida State to win this outright.
Woo.
I think Florida State will outscore Miami. I think that loss against Virginia it either woke their ass up or it put them back into the Florida State that they was last year. I'm going the latter. I really like Castellanos. I like the defense. I like the points. I think Miami gonna come in there. They may be a little flat. I think the Florida State that we seen play Alabama is the Florida State we're gonna see tomorrow. I'm taking the nose straight out.
Ooh, that's a bold. I like it though. I like it. All right. You talked on a couple of my points, which I appreciate. Yeah, Miami's undefeated. They rank top 5, and they just beat Florida, which ain't much to say right there. Um, whenever you go into Florida, actually, whenever you go into Miami, it's always an electric atmosphere. When you go into Florida State, the atmosphere depends on what team you got. The team they
Mm-hmm.
got right now, when they start doing that tomahawk chop, and you hear that oh, man, that sends chills up and down them fans' spines. It sends it up and down them players' spines. It gets them going. Last week, Florida State came out a little flat. They made a few mistakes that they could not come back from, and that's what caused them to lose this game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, coming off a 2 overtime heartbreaker to a team that you probably shouldn't have lost to, 9 times out of 10, it woke you up. And at the beginning of the year, we were already calling for Mike Norvell's job. Mike Norvell has got this team rocking. And in that atmosphere and the mistakes that Carson Beck is making right now, I will take Florida State +5. I believe that's what the line still is. I took it +5. I sent that play out early in the week. Right now, it is -4.5. That +5 might be that half, that 1 point that I need to get over on them.
I really like Florida State tomorrow. I really do.
You could have
I
told
think
me
they
this time last year we'd be having this conversation of saying I like Florida State.
I because they looked so bad last year. They just
But
looked awful last year. But this goes to show you if you hit that transporter, Dabo, if you hit that transporter,
mm,
you can change real quick. You can change real quick. Boy, I'm smoking a cigar. You drinking a beer. We doing all kind of drugs on the
hey,
show
hey,
today.
hey, man, I had another one over here open waiting for me, so I had to finish that motherfucker off.
they, they gonna think we going through some shit over here.
Hey, we ain't. It's
Uh,
it's football season. You got to do football activities.
football, man. Football. So the last game we're gonna cover, Mississippi State versus Texas A&M. Now I'm gonna be honest, I haven't watched much of Texas A&M this year. I did see the game they had against Notre Dame. That was a hell of a game. I caught bits and pieces of it. I haven't seen Texas A&M that much this season.
I like what they
I
got going
did.
on.
I, for them to be number 6, they got a damn good football team over there. I did see Mississippi State. They played their heart out against Tennessee. They look better than I thought they would. I actually think that they're a little better than what we thought they would be. I thought Tennessee would just. I didn't think Tennessee was going to kill them, but I thought Tennessee would beat them to where it wouldn't be close at the end. Mississippi State, they handled themselves well. They moved the ball well. They played a good game. You know, at the end, the better team won. I'm expecting the same with this game. Points scored, pretty good game. I think Mississippi State, they'll handle themselves well, but I think Texas A&M going to pull away late.
Run game travels. Mississippi State, they can pound the rock. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Fluff Bothwell, he's a good running back. If they get ahead, and control the clock, that's going to make for a close game. I don't think they're going to necessarily get ahead, but if they keep it close, keep the run game in there, it's going to be a good game. A&M, on the other hand, they got firepower. They got that Marcel Reed kid who is straight out of Nashville. He is
Mm-hmm.
playing. He is playing very well right now. I like the kid. He needs a little more accuracy on some of his throws, but he is an athlete. If it's not there in the air, he's going to pull that ball down. He's going to run. He's going to get his yards. He's going to keep those drives moving. Um, both offenses run about 74 plays a game, so that lets you know that it's going to be at a good pace.
Yep.
Mississippi's approach is more run heavy. Um, I think that's going to help them control the clock a little bit. I think it's going to be a decent scoring game. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be around 34-27
I
in
like that.
favor of Texas A&M, which means I'm taking Mississippi State plus 14 and a half.
As you should. As you should. I definitely agree with you. I think it's gonna be a good up and down game. Big
I think all three
plays,
of those
chunk
games that we
plays.
just went over is going to be really good.
Yep, I do too. At least I hope so. College football been pretty damn good this year.
Yeah, they
We just picked three, but we I'm pretty sure tomorrow it's going to be very interesting. Somebody's going to lose or get upset that we don't even think about losing.
because every time we say it don't look like it's going to be any good games, we get two or three thrillers.
Yep. I need to put a bow tie on, but I don't have one. I don't have no confetti. I don't have no disco ball or nothing. But this is the first annual PTL awards that we are giving out, mid-season awards for the college football season. Figured this was something that would be very interesting. We got some good categories, and we just gonna give out these imaginary awards that they will never get, that they won't even know that they won, and we gonna go on about life.
I don't know when they make it big time, they might run across a little clip where we talked about it and thank us one day.
Hey, maybe we'll be there to hand them something. So,
I want you to lead
with
this
that
one
being
off.
said, our first award is the Transfer Portal Jackpot Award. This is the person that a team has gotten out of the transfer portal, and they have not only produced, they have produced at a high level, got their team in a good spot, and they're playing probably some of the best football they played in their college career. The person that I picked is Fernando Mendoza from Indiana.
I like it.
1,208 yards passing, 16 touchdown passes, only one interception, at 82 QBR, which is currently tied for 15th in the nation. He has Indiana ranked as the eighth seed in the nation. If they beat Oregon next week, that's one of the games we're going to cover. They got Oregon next week. If Indiana can beat Oregon next week, they can pretty much run the table. They got one tough game left, and that's against Penn State, and I believe that is in late November. So all eyes, if he plays a good game against Oregon and they beat Oregon, he may be your Heisman front runner.
You know what? I've got to agree with you on him, the way he helped that program. And I honestly think that if he did not transfer in, Taven Jackson might have been an okay option to stay there and help that program, and they probably would be decent this year. But I don't think they would be half the team they are with Mendoza running that offense.
Yep.
Now, as for mine, you actually answered my question earlier, and don't even realize it.
What
So
question?
you answered you gave the answer to who won mine, and
Did him?
actually it was player or coach who flipped the program,
It was player or coach. You're right. You picked the
and
coach.
this coach has been on the hot seat for me since last year, especially coming into this season. I thought he would be fired by now, but he hit the transfer portal. He got Tommy Castellanos at quarterback. He got Deuce Robinson, Squirrel White at wide receiver. Got Earl Little as a defensive back. James Williams as an edge defensive lineman. He rebuilt this program in 1 year in the transfer portal, and he has Florida State back to relevance, and his job is secure. Mike Norvell.
I like it. He has put in some work.
Hey, I give it
He
to him
has put
because
in some work.
he had one foot out the door. He's sitting in the king seat right now.
Yep, he did. He did. Now, if they beat Miami tomorrow, he really gonna be sitting in high cotton in.
Oh yeah. Hey man, can you? Oh, he ain't black, so he can sit in cotton.
Yeah, yeah, he definitely can. Shit. All right. Congrats, Fernando Mendoza, Mike Norvell, on our first annual Transfer Portal Jackpot Award. So our next category is Upset of the Year. You just answered mine. I picked Florida State over Alabama.
Hey, bro.
That was my upset of the year.
So I'm gonna say that Illinois upsetting USC was in the running. Virginia beating Florida State was in the running. But I'm
Hmm.
with you. I'm with you. The Florida
The
State.
reason I picked it is because it didn't look like an upset. If you didn't know no better, you would have thought Florida State came into the season as Alabama was coming into the season. They dominated Florida State that game.
And
That,
I looking at it now, it looks better now than it did then.
yes, absolutely. So at the end of the season, if Florida State needs a key victory and
That's it.
Alabama keep winning, that's going to be the one that they're going to look at right there.
That is it.
So let's just say, for instance, it doesn't look that way now. Let's say, for instance, Florida State nor Alabama makes it to their conference championship, and they both up for a wild card spot or whatever you call that last spot. Florida State will probably get it over Alabama because of their convincing victory. This is why I always say at the beginning they should do the little tournament like college basketball do. That way you can have these defining victories, and it takes away a lot of stress and argument at the end of the season. I didn't think we was going to agree on that one.
Hey,
I,
I
I
mean,
know we're not going to agree on this one.
never
So
know.
our next category is Game of the Year. My Game of the Year candidate was the game that happened last week. It was Oregon versus Penn State.
Candidate? Okay. That
This
means you got
game,
somebody else as is that your candidate or your winner?
no, that's my candidate. You got one and I got one. So I'm
Okay.
just saying that's my candidate. But yeah, that's my winner. I picked Oregon and Penn State. Both teams played at a high level. They played good defense. They played good offense. They converted third and fourth downs. Kickers played well. They coached well. It just came down to that last play. The Oregon linebacker, he read Drew Allen's eyes. He intercepted the ball. It was a hell of a game because it was ebb and flow the whole night. Nobody took big lead over the other. They was just going back and forth. If one punted, the other punted. If one scored, the other scored. It was a hell of a game, man. It was loud. They was in Happy Valley. It was a whiteout. It was a hell of a game. What happened? Touchdown?
South Florida scored. You asked me before the show, do I think they're gonna cover 28? They halfway there.
14 nothing.
It's about to be, so they can get this extra point.
All right, let's go. Because I took it. So who's your game of the year winner?
So
I already
I
know you pick.
I had a few people in the running. Illinois USC game that was in the running. Indiana Iowa that was in the running. Alabama Georgia was in the running. Virginia versus Florida State was in the running. But when
I
it
already know
came
what you
down
picked.
to it, I
Tennessee,
really,
Georgia.
really wanted to say Tennessee Georgia, but I couldn't. If
I
you had a,
can't believe it.
if if look, and I'm gonna be honest, when it comes to Tennessee versus Alabama, Tennessee and Georgia, and we lose, us as Vols fans, we mad at the world. We don't want to talk to none of the other fans. But at the
Mm-hmm.
end of that game, I wasn't even mad because it was a good game. It was well played, and it could have went either way. But that still wasn't even my game of the year. I'm with you.
Really? Oregon and Penn State.
Oregon and Penn State. That game to me was it. It started out slow,
It did
but
start out slow.
after halftime, that game got electric. And if you tuned in, it was fun to watch, especially when it got to overtime.
Oh yeah. There I'm shocked. I didn't even think you was watching it. I thought you'd be watching Alabama, Georgia.
Nah, I was on that Oregon Penn State game, bro.
That
Well,
was a hell of a
I,
game, man.
I
It,
mean,
it really
I
was.
had 4 games on, but I was listening to the Oregon Penn State game.
Yeah. Which leads into this next category, which is quarterback of the year.
Mm, mm, mm.
Uh, this guy, man, he unreal. 14 touchdowns, 1 interception. He's only been sacked 1 time this season. He has at least 3 touchdown passes in every game but one. Has a top 10 QBR, a top 5 completion percentage. He played almost a perfect game against Penn State last week in Happy Valley. Had a bad year at UCLA with 11 touchdowns and 9 interceptions and looks like a completely different quarterback with Coach Dan Lanning.
Oh,
I took Dante Moore from Oregon.
I just want to touch on something you said at UCLA. The way he
Where
is playing
Nico at?
right, the way he is playing right now lets you know he was not the problem for his downfall or whatever it was last year. His problems, it was UCLA.
And that's why they're looking for a head coach right now.
Mm, mm, mm. That's your quarterback of the year.
That's my quarterback of the year.
So I'm gonna say my candidate quarterback of the year. As a freshman, he threw for 63%, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He showed some raw talent. As a sophomore, he threw for 68.7% completion, 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's found a rhythm. But guess what? He hit that transfer portal. He went to a different situation. He currently has 73% completion, 16 touchdowns, 1 interception in 5 games, and you already called his name. Fernando Mendoza.
You don't know who I thought you was gonna pick?
Joey Aguilar. I mean, yeah,
No,
oh,
nope. Haynes King, because I know
Haynes
that's
King.
your guy.
That's my guy. I like him, but he is, you know what? As a matter of fact, I almost want to pick Haynes King for this next award.
Fernando Mendoza, man, I'm not gonna lie. I picked him for my transfer portal. He having a hell of a season, man.
He
Like
is.
just straight up. If y'all haven't watched Indiana, I'm telling you right now. I know we usually in you think of Indiana college sports, you think Bobby Knight, Isaiah, think college basketball. I'm telling you, this is different. This is Indiana college football team. They pretty damn good now.
So back in the day, like Florida State and Florida were 2 teams. You had the Bobby Bowden, Florida State. You had the Steve Spurrier, Florida.
Yep,
First half, the starting quarterback that ended up going to the NFL. That was it. Second half, you had the backup in, and that's what's going on in Indiana right now.
that's what they beating people like that right now.
Yeah.
So, like I said, we gonna see next week. They got Oregon.
Hey man, this show fun. I like it.
So I know it ain't nowhere in hell we agreed on running back of the year. It's no way. What conference is your running back in?
SEC.
So my running back, he's had 100 yards and a touchdown in every game. He leads the nation in yards and touchdowns while averaging 7 yards a carry. I picked Ahmad Hardy from Missouri
Hey,
as my running back of the year.
when I was doing my research and I was looking, all the top running backs that you look at as far as scoutable draft wise, they're nowhere in the running to be the top running back this year. I mean, yeah, they got the skill set. Um, they're probably going to go in some of the early rounds in the NFL draft, but they're not producing like Hardy.
Mm-mm. He runs like an NFL running back
Yeah.
too.
And if you look at it, him and his quarterback has Missouri in relevancy.
Yeah. You can look at it. Sometimes you can look at a back and you can be like, yeah, he going to the NFL. He one of them. He looks the part. He looks the part. Is that who you pick?
That's what I picked.
Get the
That's
hell
that's
out of
who
here.
I picked. I mean, look at it. You got Robert Henry down there in University of Texas, San Antonio. That would have been my second pick. He's really doing good down there, but they haven't played anybody.
Yeah.
They're not in the power conference. Then you got Jeremiah Love and Price. What's his name? Is it Price up there in Notre Dame? You
I
got them.
believe so, yeah.
You got them splitting carries. So neither one of them are carrying the load for their team or have to. Then you
Yep.
got Penn
Same for
State. You
Penn
got
State.
Singleton and Katron Allen
Yep.
um, shuffling in Penn
In and out
State.
of the lineup. Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Oregon's backfield is so good that they've got a third string player that transferred from Tulane, who was one of the top backs in the country last year, and he is third string.
Oregon is a hell of a damn good football team.
Hey, you remember you asked me if South Florida was on cover?
21 nothing.
16-0.
Oh, they got a safety.
They just got a safety.
Oh, they must be mad at how Miami did them.
Hey, they are hyped.
Good. That's what I
Ooh,
need.
Lord, cover me, baby. Oh, they blocked the punt. That's what it was. Blocked the
Oh,
punt and
okay, okay.
recovered.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
All right, so
if you block a punt in the end zone, that's right. It's a safety.
it's a safety. Yep. So on we go to our next category. I'm not even gonna say we gonna agree or not agree. I'm not gonna say we're not going to agree because I really. What conference is your wide receiver tight end of the year in?
SEC.
We probably gonna agree. When I did when I made my winners for these categories, I actually looked at people who's actually played some form of decent team or teams. So uh, the one I was going to pick was the receiver from USC. He's unbelievable. I can't think of his name,
Oh, you know what? I
but
saw it. I saw it when I was doing my research.
he
Um,
is a hell of a receiver. And I didn't pick him, but I wanted to.
you
So
are
this guy
talking
that I picked, he's second in the
Makai
nation
Lemon.
in receiving yard. Makai Lemon.
Yep.
Yep, that's his name. So we may agree on this one. This guy that I picked, he's second in the nation in receiving yards. He's averaging 17 yards a catch. Big play potential. He's tied for the lead in receiving touchdown passes. I picked Chris Brazzell from the Tennessee Volunteers as my receiver of the year.
So you telling me with
You picked Chris
names,
Brazzell.
you telling me with names like Jeremiah Smith,
I didn't pick him. Carnell
Mario
Tate. I didn't pick him.
Mario Craver,
I didn't pick
Jordan
him.
Tyson, with names like that out there, you pick Chris Brazzell.
Every time that I've watched Tennessee play, I watched them play against Mississippi State. I watched them play against Georgia. I watched a little bit of was it UAB that y'all played?
Yeah.
He makes the big plays. The big touchdown passes, he makes them. I went with him. He's big time.
You know what? I could have easily brought up Joey Aguilar in the quarterback conversation, the transfer portal conversation. But the only Vol that I feel like is the one that deserving of any of these awards is Chris Brazzell. And for everything that you just said, is the reason why. If it wasn't for Chris Brazzell, I don't think that we would be in the position that we're in, even though we have Joey Aguilar doing the things that he's doing. Chris
Mhm.
Brazzell makes he has made a way to make a play when it's most needed. Yeah, his stats look gaudy, but it's the little things that he has done in the big time moments when it's needed the most that puts him as my favorite for this award.
That's why I picked him. Now, disclaimer: we did not share these notes. I promise you, we never do.
Yeah. Disclaimer: we no longer share notes anymore before we do a show. Our format is we give the topics of what we're going to talk about, and then we make our notes separate, and then we talk about it on the show because it needs to be as much of a surprise for me and him as it is to you.
Yep,
And
and it
I
makes for
can't. And as much as you and I disagree on shit, I can't believe we've agreed on
we
this
are
much so
agreeing.
far.
I think we have agreed on the last four. No, your quarterback
Three,
was
three,
Mendoza.
three.
Yeah, your quarterback was Mendoza. But we damn near on par.
I
There's
like
no
it.
way. I'm willing to bet. There's no way that our coach of the year matches. I ain't even gonna ask you what conference your coach is in. Yeah, I am. What conference is he in?
I couldn't. I couldn't decide on one. So I actually. I actually broke it down into four categories.
Oh, Lord have
You
mercy.
know me. I be doing the most. I be doing extra shit.
Pick
I've got.
one.
I don't have to pick one.
I got one. What conference is
Okay,
yours in?
if I had to pick one right now, it would be SEC.
Okay, we good.
All right.
So this coach spent money in the portal and is paying off, as you can tell. Schedule is setting up for them to run the table, winning by an average margin of 40 points so far. They have not allowed a team to go over 14 points, and they just beat
I
up
know who you
Utah
talking about.
in Utah.
Signetti.
My coach is Joey McGuire from Texas Tech.
Joy McGuire. Ooh, huh? You said Joy McGuire from Texas Tech. Ooh, hey. I was thinking you were gonna go Signetti the way it sounded. I thought, hey, that's a good one. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. I do.
Thank you.
I do. I do. Man. So this was this honestly was probably the hardest one to figure out for me. You got several coaches that are actually doing very good jobs right now.
Yep.
I mean, you got the blueprint guy. You got a guy that took over for Nick Saban, and the hardest job in the world is following a legend like that. Um, Last year they kind of won his job. Early in the season they won his job. Now he's got his team on track, playing very well, playing his type of football. Got his quarterback looking good. If they put it all together, he'll be a candidate at the end of the year. Um, then you got the Chaos King. You got old Miss Lane Kiffin down there. He's got old Miss looking really good.
Lane Kiffin was if I would have had two, he was my other one. So,
He's got
yep.
he's got two quarterbacks right now that either one of them playing, he's gonna be fine. If that team stays healthy and keeps clicking, they're gonna do some good things.
I
Um,
think that's going to be a problem because I think the general public thinks the backup is better than the starter.
I think he's gonna keep the job. With what he's done right now, he's earned the right to keep that job.
Yeah, I think he is too.
Uh, I had a dark horse candidate, and I think depending on what he does from here on out, is going to depend on if his name is in the running at the end of the year. And you say Haynes King is my guy, but this is really my guy, Brent Key. What
Coach
he
is
is,
killing it.
what he has done for the Georgia Tech program in the few years that he's been there since what was it? Was it Bobby Johnson?
I remember Bobby Johnson. I don't know
Yeah,
if that's who the last one was.
I don't remember if that's, but what he's done since he's been at Georgia Tech is unexpected. He's doing good things. He's getting good players in there, and he's coaching them up because he's not getting the most talented. He's actually getting people in there, building them up, and they transfer out, but he keeps on winning.
Yep. If you are ranked, you do not want to play Georgia Tech.
And you do not.
I
Ask
think he
Clemson.
has one loss against
Ask
ranked
Clemson.
teams.
Ask
Yeah,
Clemson.
absolutely.
But if I had to give the award away today, I'm gonna give it to the overachiever, Mike Elko. and Texas A&M.
I like it. I didn't think Texas A&M was going to be ranked number 6 in the
I,
nation. I can tell you that now.
I didn't. I didn't think Marcel Reed's name was going to be brought up as much as it is. But Mike Elko has got this team doing things that nobody expected. He took over for Jimbo Fisher.
Yep.
So taking over for a guy who signed a contract like that and is supposed to be in there winning, and they do the buy to get him out of there, and then you come in and you build a program up to where they thought he was gonna have it. I mean, that says a lot.
It says a lot. It says a lot. So last but not least, we got our Heisman front runner. I didn't write my answer down because I got cheated. My Heisman candidate was going to be John Mateer, but he got hurt. So now I got to do a pivot, and I'm gonna go with my quarterback of the year, which is Dante Moore. I just if they beat Indiana and he continues to play like this, now mind you, he's only been sacked one time. So you got good offensive line play, 14 touchdowns to one interception. You got efficient quarterback play. They running the ball. He's careful with the ball. He's efficient with the ball. Has a top 10 QBR. It's hard for me to find anybody else to where I can be like, okay, I can clearly say he's better than this quarterback. And then you go in Happy Valley and you show that kind of poise. No turnovers. You make the plays that need to be played. You got my vote, big dog. I'm taking Dante Moore.
So I feel like you, and I feel like I got cheated because early on my front runner was John Mateer. He got hurt, and then depending on what Ohio State does from here on out, a dark horse would be Jeremiah Smith. If he makes some big plays and gets them going and keeps them in relevancy, he might be
Mm-hmm.
mentioned late, but I don't think he's in the front runner talk. Um, Ty Simpson, if he keeps doing what he's doing and Alabama keeps winning, he might be in the conversation and might get an invite to New York. Fernando Mendoza, we brought him up early in the show. With what he's doing, if Indiana keeps rolling, he's going to get that invite to New York. I think he's probably already sealed his invite to New York unless he just falls off a cliff.
Yeah, I think he on the way.
And I can't believe I am about to say this. We agree on something else.
Dante Moore.
That was my pick too.
That was my pick. That was my pick.
This
That
just
was my
lets me
pick,
know
man.
that we have been watching football and we can agree on things because we see the same shit.
I think the general consensus is when you watch the game will tell you for yourself. You don't have to do any speculating. You don't have to go outside the box and try to find nothing crazy. If you just watch it, it'll tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
You'll see it
And,
all.
and I've got an opportunity to watch a lot more college football than I was able to last year. And
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of times you'll have people who will hear these names come up at the end of the year for awards like, oh, I can't believe his name is in there. And people who watch the game and sitting there thinking, do you even watch football?
Exactly. And it's crazy because we are in week 6. And if we gave y'all our top 3 Heisman candidates, you wouldn't hear Arch Manning. You wouldn't hear Gary Nussmeier. You wouldn't hear Cade Klubnik. The names that you was hearing, Drew Aller, the names that you was hearing preseason, you wouldn't hear them now. We halfway through the season.
We said it on our show.
Go ahead.
When we started talking about the Heisman candidates, we gave the front runner names and told you why, but we also told you that majority of the time it's going to be a dark horse, and all the dark horses are in the running right now.
All the dog horses.
Dog horses.
Dark horses are in the running, man. You absolutely right. That's why they always say you got to play the game.
You have to.
You got to
You
play the
know, I
game,
didn't.
man.
We didn't talk about the picks for tonight, but I'm gonna give out what my picks were. You can, if you're subscribed, you already know. I've been sending all my picks out for free. If somebody wants to give me a tip, they can sign up for VIP. I don't even care about making the money on the subscriptions no more. That's not my thing. My thing is I want to help you make money. So if you decide
Yep.
you want to tip me because you've been winning, cool. Sign up for the VIP. Do your thing. Um, I took US University of South Florida by 28, which it looks like they are well in reach of that. Um, I took Delaware minus 2.5 over Western Kentucky. Right now they're up 10-3 with 6:42 left in the second half. The rest of the games, I took University of New Mexico plus 2.5 versus San Jose State. I took San Diego State minus 6.5. I took BYU minus 18.5. Take it for what it's worth. Go get that money.
I may have messed up on this Western Kentucky Delaware game.
Oh yeah, you did.
No, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't pick either one of them to win. I took the 62.5 over.
It's still possible if they come out with second half adjustments. Um, hey, remember you asked me if University of South Florida is gonna cover.
I'm looking at them now. It looked like they about to score again, but I'm on
Oh,
FanDuel.
they scored 22 nothing right now, first quarter.
So the WNBA Finals Game 1 is about to start. Let me tell y'all something, man. I know this is a college football show, and I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do it. Tomorrow at 5:30, I will not be watching college football. I'm gonna tell you that now. I'm not missing the Dodgers and the Phillies. I don't give a damn. If you don't watch baseball, I highly challenge you to watch a playoff baseball game and hear how crazy those crowds are at baseball games. It sounds like a college football atmosphere. I you we've seen some cool things. Tariq Skubal had the game of his life. I think he had
Man,
14 strikeouts the other day.
oh,
Uh,
that rookie pitcher for the Yankees last night.
the rookie pitcher for the Yankees went crazy last night. If you watch the Cubs and the Padres, Dansby Swanson pretty much dominated defense for the Cubs the whole game. They couldn't get nothing past him. He made every play. The Cubs are hot. They're hitting the ball. If you watched in the regular season, the Cubs had a hard time hitting high fastballs in the strike zone. They starting to hit them now. For whatever reason, I've been betting on Pete Crow Armstrong all season. He struggled. These last 2 weeks, he been hot. Suzuki been
PCA.
hot.
Hey,
Bush been
Suzuki.
hot.
Ooh,
I'm telling you, this is a hot team right now.
yep.
So,
They lost
uh,
Cade Horton to injury, but I mean they still got enough pitching that they can go deep into these playoffs.
yep. So next they got Milwaukee. The Yankees got the Blue Jays. That'll be interesting. One thing about the Yankees, once again, I know it's a college football show. Aaron Judge has got to start performing in the playoffs. Got to. If he does, I think this Yankees team can go far. I think they kind of feed off him hitting those monster home runs. And when he's hot, it seems like they all hot. So I like that series. I already said Dodgers and the Phillies. I want to see if Kyle Schwarber can hit a home run off Otani. Otani's pitching tomorrow. I'm all in. This game is in Philly. Philly got one of the loudest baseball crowds if you've never watched the Phillies. Uh, and we got Detroit versus Seattle. I like all four matchups. I like the Aces to beat the Phoenix Mercury in the finals. If Asia Wilson win this finals and win finals MVP, I think it's time for her to get into that GOAT status a little bit. This man is a South Florida Bull fan, die hard tonight.
Oh, they hey I'm a fan of who making me money. That's who I'm a fan of.
It's three things that y'all have asked me to touch on before we get out of here. We ain't at an hour yet. I'm gonna touch on one. You asked me about AJ Brown in Philadelphia. I'm gonna touch on that. You've asked me about some of the coaches getting fired on the NFL. I'm gonna touch on those two on Sunday. Y'all also asked me, because y'all know I'm a big WNBA fan, you asked me about what Nafisa Collier said about the WNBA commission. I'm gonna say this: if you don't watch WNBA, if you listen to all the negative shit, the narratives that they put out, they tell you the WNBA lost $30 million last year. It wasn't because of the players that they lost that $30 million. This is the best brand of basketball, women's basketball, including Unrivaled, that you've probably seen since Swoops and Cynthia Cooper and Simone Augustus and those ladies. They lost because of bad investments. They lost because they did the TV rights deal. When you do a TV rights deal, players get some of that. And not only do they get some of that, their contracts are supposed to go higher. That's what happens in the NBA. So this is not on the players. If the WNBA commissioner said those things about Caitlin Clark and some of those hateful things that she said about those ladies, she needs to step down. That's what I will say. I feel like right now you got a great class coming in. You got Paige Beckers. If you don't understand Paige Beckers, she's a skinny white girl that hoops like a black dude. That's what she play like.
Juju Watkins
And
on her way.
Juju Watkins is on her way in. You got Sonia Citron. You got Asia Wilson. She's in her prime. You got Angel Reese and Caitlin. And for those of you who don't know, you got Kelsey Mitchell, who's just as good as Caitlin on the Fever with Aaliyah Boston. They may have beat the Aces if Caitlin was playing and Kelsey Mitchell didn't get hurt. You got Elisa Thomas in Phoenix breaking triple double records in WNBA. It's the WNBA is in a great place, but I also need us as men stop looking at the negative shit that people saying and actually just sit down and watch a game. You'll be thoroughly entertained. Because if you can sit down and watch an NBA game where they shooting a bunch of 3-pointers that they missing, if you watch a WNBA game, they shoot less and make more. And all women, pretty much every woman that goes to the free throw line, she's at least 80%. So they're very fundamental and they play a beautiful game of basketball. That's
You
all I
know,
got to say on that.
I wasn't expecting to talk about this, but I'm gonna touch on it. I'm glad you brought it up. Um, so yeah, the WNBA, other than what's up here in management, they're in a good spot. You have started to get part of it's because of sports betting. You've started to get a little more interest in the women's game, and people are realizing, yeah, they actually have a good game. And with them being where they are, you had, I'm gonna call her the Great White Hope. She came in, she brought more attention to the game, and then you
Yes.
have these people that want to have her and Angel Reese going back and forth, bringing more attention to the game with the negativity. And these are the same people that said they were going to stop watching basketball, stop watching the NFL. These are the same people who are mad that that Bad Bunny is going to be the halftime performer in the NFL. You miserable motherfuckers need to go the fuck on and just stop watching sports because we don't give a damn about what the fuck y'all saying because y'all little miserable bitches. I'm gonna go ahead and say it, y'all miserable bitches. Uh, and let us enjoy our sports. We see through the
Period.
bullshit that y'all try to put out there. We gonna enjoy it regardless. WNBA, if they get somebody else good up top that can manage things the way they need to manage them, that'd be good. And one of my favorite things about this whole situation with Nafisa Collier is the Great White Hope, Caitlin Clark, came out in support of what she said.
Absolutely. And also something that gets misconstrued, not misconstrued, skipped over. Nafisa Collier is one of the classiest women in the WNBA. This is not just her being tacky or messy.
You don't hear
She's
nothing
one of
negative
the
about her.
most she's one of the most humble, sweetest human beings, personalities in WNBA. If I follow her on Instagram, if you see her, she's with her husband and her daughter all the time. She's uplifting teammates. She if you had to have somebody carry your lead with class, she would be A1, top of the list. So this ain't coming from somebody that's just speaking just to be heard. This is coming from somebody that's like, hey, we in a good spot. We actually in a great spot, and we trying to get in a great earth spot, and you holding us back.
And it sounds like they are saying that because of the money. It's not that they're saying it because of the money. They just know that they're losing opportunities with money because
Yes.
The upper management is not doing what they need to do.
Yes. A lot of people think that they turned down the negotiation because of the money. She told you it wasn't because of the money. It's because of the leadership and the management that they have in the WNBA. Is, for lack of better words, it's just ass, as Cam Ward said.
I
It's
wouldn't be
ass. It's
surprised if we
not
saw a
good.
strike next year.
I think we are. I really think we are. So
If we see a strike, and what's that other league they got going on?
unrivaled.
If we see a strike and Unrivaled prospers, in order for the WNBA to come back in its full force and be better, they will have to get rid of her.
Gonna have to. And I think she and her response. If y'all heard the commissioner's response, it pretty much was a yeah, I said that shit, but I see what I can do. It was a piss poor response because you could have at least denied that you said those things. You ain't even try to do that. So clearly
No,
it was all true.
I, I'm tired of people denying shit. Show us who you are, and you showed us.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna make this political, and I'm not gonna do that. But I think her name is Kathy Engelbert. I believe that's her name.
Something like that.
She's a very savvy financial person. She's made millionaires and billionaires. She's a very rich woman herself.
She lining her pockets.
But just because you know how to make money does not mean that you know how to run a league or a country. Uh, and I just leave and
I'm
I
gonna give
just leave it at that.
I'm gonna give you another example of that. The Haslam family.
There it is, right there.
They are savvy financially. But look at the Cleveland Browns, and then look at Tennessee, the state of Tennessee from that era. I
Absolutely.
mean, like we said, we're not making it political, but when the stars align, they align.
That's it. Just because you rich don't mean you're a leader.
I you need to tell people to tune in your cousin's show, the Raw Report.
Oh yeah, I was. I was gonna wait till we got on there. I think we're gonna do it in December. But my big cuz, man, Reggie, he has a podcast called The Raw Approach. Uh, it's a positive black podcast. You know, I'm all about positivity, great energy, full of smoke. Like literally, it's gonna look like his house is on fire when he does the interview. It's my guy. Love my big cuz. Um, but yeah, we'll be on there again. I believe in December. Uh, my other podcast that I got going on, we're gonna try to get that one reset. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. I'm just saying we're gonna try to get that back going. So a lot of things coming down the pipeline, but we got NBA coming up soon, so we're gonna have to
We in
figure out a
preseason.
way to. We in preseason, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to squeeze some NBA stuff in here
Yeah.
while doing college football. Hockey starts next week, I believe. So we're gonna be busy.
I'm gonna let you handle the NBA. I got the hockey. Well, I'll be
We're
on
gonna
that
be
hockey.
busy, man. We're gonna be super busy. But once again, we appreciate y'all. Go watch these games. I'm about to watch the WNBA game and find me something to eat.
Hey,
We'll
Mike,
be on here Sunday. What is it?
two more
2020.
two more points and we covered.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Oh shit! I hope y'all win some money tonight. I'm trying to get mine.
26 to nothing. Second quarter just started.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I'm good.
I
I'm
told
good.
you. Y'all better
Hey
listen to me
man,
when I'm talking or
I
when I'm
appreciate
typing.
y'all. I
Yeah,
really do.
love y'all. You know we nothing without y'all. Y'all tune in. Y'all make us what we are, and we appreciate it. Uh, Go enjoy some Saturday night drinks, food, football, whatever it is. Get ready for tomorrow. Um, I mean, y'all got my socials. Y'all got his socials. If y'all got a question about a game that we have not covered in the show, hit us up. I'll look into it. I'm happy to help you make some money.
Yeah. So Sunday, before I get out of here, Sunday, we got our regular NFL show. Instead of trying to give y'all a bunch of stats and what they got going on, we got a lot of people injured. So we're gonna go over the injuries. Maybe do some start sits, favorable matchups. We'll get it all together. But instead of just sitting there telling y'all what we think gonna happen, if everybody was healthy, we're gonna try to shift it and give you some viable options of who to start in your fantasy, who to bet on, and things like that. Also, we got bye weeks this week, so we don't have as many NFL games to talk about, so we can do that.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna leave the start and sit stuff to you because currently, as it sits, all of my fantasy teams are in the shitter. I had to change the name. I literally had to change the name of one of my fantasy football teams. And it's funny to me because you see people talk about it every now and then. You see people say better than Owen, like the name Owen,
Mm-hmm.
Owen. So I had to change my name to Owen whatever.
Jesus Christ. And it's crazy because I've been doing great this season in fantasy football. It's literally, I'm going to tell you how good I'm doing. I'm 0-4 in the league, and I lead that league in scoring. That literally makes no sense.
It makes none at all. You got ran over by somebody that had a good week. I'm gonna still do
Every
my
week.
I'm gonna still do my spreads and totals and prop
Yeah.
plays, but we gonna have something for you on Sunday.
Yeah, it's a bunch of injuries, man. I'm going to help y'all out as best I can.
I've been doing some research, but I am actually waiting until tomorrow to make my final decisions on anything because it's that bad.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man. Pretty bad. But anyway, man, once again, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all Sunday at 10 o'clock. It is an early morning
10:30,
game.
10:30, 10:30,
10:30, 10:30. We'll see
10:30.
y'all early, 10:30. It is an early morning game, so don't forget.
If y'all
And
need
we
to
will
know,
holler at y'all
sign
on
up.
Sunday.
We'll get our picks out. Enjoy your weekend. We love y'all. Peace out.
Put on bars, be ready, hey, and no talk, Nelson, Princess, and gang.
Right, let's go.
Got
I'll
your
let it go out,
bankroll
man.
rising like the early morning sun. From parlays to straight plays, we starting twisting stats, breaking news all for the game.